Welcome to the first episode of Do You Want to Know Now with Sonserese and
Damaris!
Yay!
Yay!
And it's the middle of a really hot,
It's like
muggy,
95 degrees and like 110% humidity. It's great.
So
We're doing great.
yeah, this may be short. Anyway, so we are a mother-daughter duo, and this podcast is going to be kind of a stream of consciousness for, I don't know, our one viewer. Hi, Rachel. How are you? Glad to see you. We'll have Rachel on one day, and then no one will watch. That's great. Okay. So, and this is really for our own entertainment. And if anybody out there happens to like it, great. And if you don't, change the channel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sucks to suck.
Because we're not going to listen.
Nope.
It doesn't matter to us. We're past that.
Yep.
Anyway, so this kind of, the format for all of this is do kind of a few minutes of catch up, like what our lives have been doing. We're probably going to do this podcast every couple weeks.
Yep.
So it's going to be like, hey, what happened to you? What happened to you? And some of it's going to be spicy and some of it probably boring for others listening. But, you know.
This is for us.
This is for us.
So we normally have pretty much Sundays where we do our little catch up.
Yeah.
And so we just thought, hey, let's record it because we think we're funny. So enjoy.
We think we're funny. We think we're funny.
So,
and then sometimes we dance. Sometimes we're just practicing.
just weird shit.
Yeah, just do stuff.
Yep.
Anyway, so,
So here, what we're going to kind of do is just do like our weekly catch up, and then after that, we're just going to dive into like a topic per week that's relevant to us, and we'll go from there. We'll see how we do. If you guys have any questions for us, leave a comment. We'd be happy to answer it in our next one. But this is really just fun, and it's supposed to be fun.
Right.
So we're doing this anyway, so we thought might as well record it.
Okay. So, how was your week?
Okay.
How was your week?
So I lost my wallet this week.
Great.
Yes, super fun.
So, what were you doing? How were you doing it?
I don't even know. At this point, I think I genuinely threw my wallet out the window in a fugue state. Like, I think that is the only plausible explanation at this point.
So, late stage capitalism, is it for you?
Correct.
It's
Correct.
like,
I just disassociate it and just whoop. Because, okay, so this is now the second time that I have lost my wallet in about 6 months. So, it's fine.
A little distracted, are you?
Yes. Apparently.
So where were you?
I had a rough morning. I had low tire pressure.
Oh.
And so first off, the dogs didn't have their pills. So I was like, oh shit, I need to go get the dog's pills. So I was already flustered when I was getting into the car and I was driving to work. Then I get in my car and I have low tire pressure, and the tire pressure is at 25, which is super low. So I'm like,
I wonder why.
What?
I wonder why. Like, it's not cold
I think I just have a slow leak. It's
Oh.
been happening on and off, and I just got to get it fixed, and I'm just too lazy to do it. So I'm like, okay, I'll just put air in it all the time and be really inconvenienced at 5 o'clock in the morning. It's fine.
Instead of just fixing it once and
Correct.
being done.
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah. Choices were made.
Yeah.
So first gas station I go to, that's right by my house.
Yeah.
Air thing broken. I'm like, okay,
Of
cool.
course.
Yeah. Second gas station I went to, air thing also broken.
Wow.
So I'm like,
Same guy, breaking them all.
Yeah, exactly. Just going right down the street, just right in a row. And then I get to the third gas station, not broken, but doesn't have a gauge on it, so it can't tell me how much tire pressure is in there. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna plug this in. And then I'm gonna wait like 3 minutes, and I'm just standing there for 3 minutes with this thing plugged in. Get back in my car. Now my tire pressure's at 22. So I'm like,
you emptied it.
okay. We're just going. We're just gonna go. Yes.
All these life skills I taught you. This is great.
It is not me. This is not a character flaw. This is a flaw.
Not a failure of parenthood.
Correct. This is a failure of the air distribution system in this country.
Okay.
So I'm like, you know what? We're done. Fuck it. I'm driving to work. I don't care. I hope I don't get a flat tire. Done. Because I just can't. So I drive to work, and then I'm like, okay, on lunch, I will stop.
Maybe in a different neighborhood.
Correct. And I will put air in my tire. So that is what I do. I drive to that gas station, I put air in my tire, and then I go to lunch with my coworkers. And I had a conversation with myself in the car outside of the restaurant, and I said, should you bring your wallet in? And then to myself, I said, no, because my boss was paying because it was a work lunch. So I was like, no, I don't need it. And then I go home, and the next morning I go to work, and I get in line at Panera, and I do not have my wallet. I'm like, okay, cool. So first off, thank God Apple Pay exists, because I'm literally just like, you guys accept Apple Pay? Perfect, because I got nothing else. Like, this is bad. So I went to one place. I went to one singular place, and that is to put air in my tire. And I took my card out of my wallet, and I did the thing.
So you know you had it.
I know I had it.
Okay.
And did the thing.
Right.
And then I put the air pressure in my tire.
Right.
And then I went to lunch. And where I know I had, and I even locked my car in front of my husband at that night. So I know it wasn't stolen out of my car.
Right.
Because I literally did he's like, did I lock my car? And I was like, I should check mine. Boop, boop. And like,
okay.
This was a real,
like,
so yes. And I went back to the gas station, did not have my wallet, which I was like, okay. But also my cards are untouched.
So it's somewhere.
Is it?
Did it fall underneath your seat?
No, literally tore the car apart.
Okay.
I found shoes I haven't worn in tens of years, but no wallet.
Well, something good came out of it.
I'm like, where the fuck did this thing go? This is so stupid. So that was my week. It was incredibly flustering, and I was having a moment because I was like, how?
Yeah. I don't know.
I know, nobody does.
Yeah.
No, like I said, I'm fairly certain just fugue state, Jason Bourne blacked out and just tossed it out the window. And then I'm like, where did it go? Like, that's the only plausible explanation at this point.
Huh.
And at least it's not as bad as it used to be, because it used to be like a bitch to get all your shit back.
Right.
And now it's just, okay, take your passport to the DMV and be done.
Wow.
Yeah. And then like my cards, I locked them and they just send them. So it's like, it's fine.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to get one of those things.
Oh.
That's like a card shape.
Yeah.
And you put it in your wallet and it tracks where it is. Because now this is the second time I've done it.
I think that's a really good investment.
I think so too. So, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. What happened this week? So, the usual work challenges, but, that happens.
Yeah.
The dog. Hey, what's happening with Ender?
Oh, so Ender is my oldest dog. He's 11. We love him. He's a good boy. We have our next check-in appointment on the 22nd.
Okay.
And I have a feeling it's going to lean towards surgery.
Really?
Yeah, but basically I'm just going to tell them, like, here are my concerns with surgery, because he's had so many issues with his paws in the past.
Right.
If we can't get a nail to heal, I don't know why the expectation would be we would get an amputation would heal better.
Right.
So I need to know that information before I'm on board with this.
Yeah, but don't you think, like, with stitches and anesthesia and all of that, like, numbing?
Could be.
Yeah.
I'm not a doctor. I don't know. So I want to know why they
and when do you go back?
22nd.
Okay, that's
next Friday.
Next Friday.
Yeah,
okay.
next Friday.
Okay.
So more to come. I'm hoping he doesn't need surgery, but I have a feeling he's going to. And I got him a new cone.
Cone of shame.
Yep. He looks super cute. He's like, he's like, Mom. I'm like, sucks this up. Go lay down.
So poor baby. Poor baby. Well, so then, I haven't, like, it's actually the week has gone really, really well for me.
Yay!
I know. I can't believe it. Other than my dog, Cedar, who's a bloodhound, and he doesn't like other dogs. So we can barely go to the vet. So control is an issue with him, and so he's always medicated. And a medicated Cedar at 120 pounds is really tough. The first time we went, not successful. So they gave me a discount coming back.
We'll
nice.
take money off. Just, let's not do
keep
this.
going.
Yeah.
So finally, all 4 paws got a nail trim. Yay. So, we won't be doing that for another 4 or 5 months.
And he's going to turn into a witch before.
Yeah.
before we do this again. I did get Asta, because I have the same issue with one of my other dogs, one of those boards that you put treats in and then they scratch to get it. I don't know if Cedar's treats motivated it. It might help.
He's
in
really
between
not.
cuttings. Okay.
Yeah,
fair.
he's really not. He doesn't care.
Yeah, Asta figured it out with her nose.
Oh.
So I was like,
so,
just going to sandpaper your nose. Okay.
I know.
All right. Got it. Like, she'll do it a couple times, and then she's like, oh, wait.
wait.
I'm like, you bitch.
Oh, that's right. I'm smart.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I'm a German Shepherd.
I know. I'm not going to listen to her.
Yeah.
I know how to fix this.
Why would I use this for its intended purposes when I could just scrape the shit out of my nose and call it a day? Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. What's another vet bill? Mom's got money.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of money.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's
And
fine.
yeah.
Ender surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2,500.
Yeah.
So like, not awful, not great,
Great.
but not awful.
Right.
Like if it was like 6,000, I'd be like,
Ooh, decisions.
no. Yeah. 2,500. I'm like, okay. Split between me and my husband, $1,250 each. Fine.
Right.
Fine.
Fine. It'll all be fine.
Whatever. Money comes and goes. That's my baby boy. Fine.
Well, I'm excited because next week I pay off our kitchen appliances.
Yay!
Yay! 2 years.
That's very big.
2 years. Yay!
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo.
One big bill out of the way.
Yep. Free up
More
some
to
cash
come.
flow.
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah. A little bit. It's better. So long road. Moving here was tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. The transition was tough.
Yeah.
Moving house.
Well, after
Yes.
35 years. Yeah.
Right. So moving house is really hard. Because you have to basically start all over.
Right.
There's no.
Right. And some people might say clean slate, but I would imagine that would be very difficult to do.
It's expensive to do.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I actually did not know how much money at this stage. I think back and I wonder, if we would have kept moving, that would have been different maybe, or you get used to it, or there's a mindset, or I don't know. Maybe it's, I like things a certain way. But either way, I don't know. I'll never know.
Yeah.
But at this point, it's been tough.
Yeah.
So, but it's getting better. We're better. It's just your dad and I and the dogs. So
Yeah.
it's better.
Yeah. Well, and, same with me and Matthew.
Right.
Just us and the dogs. But yes, it is very expensive.
Right.
Especially owning a home. It's just a money pit.
Right.
Better than renting. Women should own more property.
Yes. Always.
The more property you can get, the better.
Yeah.
My
If
2
you
cents.
can.
Yes, if you
If you
can.
can.
If you can,
You should.
give it a go.
Yep.
But just know that it is probably about $1,000 every 2 months in house expenses.
Well, and depending on the state of your house. Right.
Well,
so, it depends on the repair issue. That's where a good inspector comes through. That's to give you an idea of what you're looking at in the next 5
but
years.
even if you get an inspector though, it's
Yeah.
it doesn't. We got an inspector.
hidden. Yeah. Well, so did we, and it was
Yeah, money pit.
immediately $6,000.
Dollars. Yes.
And 2 failed bathrooms. So,
Oh, it's so expensive.
yeah.
It's so gross.
Yeah. So, why don't we hit our topic? We decided our
Sure.
topic today
Yes.
is...
So today we're going to be talking about motherhood.
Yes.
And the
This is
difference.
for you, Rachel.
We love you. And the differences in generations and what motherhood looked like for my mom in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s. And then kind of what I'm experiencing now, because I am childless by choice. I have dogs. I have 4 beautiful German Shepherds whom I adore. Don't tell the city. But yeah. So just, okay, first question.
Go.
Yes.
Jazz hands.
You have 2 daughters,
Yes.
obviously, so me and my sister. What was, because it was a very different world for women in the 80s and 90s.
Right?
Yeah. You stayed home
Yes.
with us until we went to school.
Yes.
And then you got a part-time job.
No, actually, I say, well, yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So you got a part-time
Time
job.
And then I went full time when Saber was in 5th grade.
Okay. So then
you
I
were
would
in
have been third.
She was in 5th.
Yes.
And it was a dumb job. Not all, okay.
No job,
Obvious
dumb
job,
jobs.
right? But it was a job where it was close to home, and it did not require a lot of brain power. And the owners were very generous. If you guys needed something, I could run home. It was close to home. It was literally 10 minutes away. I could drive whatever was needed. If I had to come in late, if I could leave early. So, so while it was a full-time job, it didn't require a lot of like real leadership needs or strategy. I was never in that position. I was a receptionist.
Right.
So
Right.
it was easy.
So what was it like for you and Dad? Because obviously Dad was working full time.
Right.
And you were home with the kids
Right.
before obviously we went to school and you got a part-time job.
Right.
So what was that, what, 7
No, almost 10 years.
or
Actually.
10? Okay, so what was that 10 years like?
Well, let's go back to the reason why I decided to, it wasn't a decision,
Okay.
right? So your dad and I met, I got pregnant with Sabra, and I was working full time. I was just out of college. I had a big girl job, entry level big girl job. I was going to do it. Got pregnant. We got married, and the question became, do I want to go back to work full time and get daycare, or do I stay home? And to my dismay, the situation that all of you seem to find yourselves in right now is the same exact situation I found myself in literally almost 40 years ago, which is my salary only covered daycare.
Yeah.
And it wasn't great.
Right.
It was not great.
Right.
And I was nervous about it. So either I had to find a neighborhood something, or even a regular, like there weren't a lot of daycares. There was no support. And then the dynamic of having parents who believed that women should stay home with their children, with their babies,
Yep.
created another layer of like guilt.
Yeah.
To why would you want, like, you got pregnant, so you need to pay that price, so you need to stay home. And
Pay that price. What an interesting
yeah.
phrase.
Yeah, no. So you need to be home with them. You shouldn't be out working. You're working for
What
the
do you
man.
mean? Yeah, exactly. What do you mean getting your fulfillment from something else?
Capitalism, where I think at that time it was becoming more and more apparent that people needed two incomes. So your dad didn't make a lot of money, but everything else allowed him to support a family. So we decided we had a 2-bedroom apartment. So then, and I stayed home. I had, yes, folks, a $10 allowance. I got a big whopping $10 a week, and for a variety of reasons. So it was, there were some debts that need to be paid off. We were just not, we were young.
Right.
You just don't make a lot of money. So stayed home, and then I got pregnant with you. So 2-bedroom apartment.
Not going to cut it.
Not going to cut it. And then it became, well, do we find a 3-bedroom apartment? Do we find a house? Where do we find that house? What does that look like? And at that time, literally, so in the city, we live outside of Chicago. In the city, I grew up in Chicago. In the city, we were able to find a townhouse that was right around the corner from the apartment. First of all, we found a 3-bedroom apartment. We did find an apartment. And the person who owned it wanted single women.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, no. Ew.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. So
In a 3-bedroom apartment?
yeah, he wanted.
Oh.
So
A brothel.
yes, he did.
Ugh.
He did.
Ugh.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God, it was. Oh my God. Anyway, dodged a bullet there. Anyway.
No kidding.
Anyway, we were lucky. So we found 2 houses. A house in Clarendon Hills, and then this townhouse in Chicago. and the reason we chose Clarendon Hills is because it was close to your dad's parents, or the one in Chicago was close to my parents. So it was really a matter of, and so then we had to weigh in school districts.
Right.
We didn't like the public schools in Chicago, so Clarendon Hills, Hinsdale, they had the good school
Schools.
system.
Yeah.
So it was like, free,
Quote unquote. Still paying for it in taxes.
Yes, but I didn't have to pay private school tuition, where
Right.
I would have to in Chicago because I didn't like the Chicago public school system.
Mm-hmm.
So we found a house nearly identical. Actually, the house in Chicago was more expensive, and it was a townhouse. I think it was more expensive by like $20,000, $10,000 or $20,000, if I remember correctly. So we picked this house in Clarendon Hills, and my parents very generously loaned us the down payment. So
Which at the time,
was
10%?
No, 5%.
5. Oh, it's still 5%.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we used 5% down, so that we would have money for closing.
Yeah.
So 5% down, money for closing, and then we had a little bit of cash to do painting or little tiny stuff.
To make it like move-in ready
Yeah,
for you.
for us.
Yeah.
While this house was absolutely a fixer-upper.
Yeah.
There was no question.
Yep.
Oh my God. So, yeah, and then really, essentially, we got your sister into daycare for a couple hours, a couple times a week. Then you went to daycare. And none of that was really cost prohibitive, but it still didn't allow me to go back to work.
Right. It wasn't enough hours
Right.
to compensate for the cost.
Right. And there was and I was still entry level.
Right.
So even after 3 years, my first job out of college, I was paid $12,000 a year.
Ah.
And that's what daycare was, $12,000 a year.
Yeah.
It's like $1,000 a month.
Right.
I did not have $1,000 a month. And it was worth it. I'm not saying that those people
Oh, for
don't
sure.
deserve that money. I'm just saying I didn't have it.
Right.
So even after a few years, still there was no way I was going to get a $50,000 or $40,000, whatever that number is, to pay for daycare.
And then also have the money to live your life and, have amenities.
We had one car. Your dad took the train.
Yep.
So we had one car, used car. We did all the work ourselves with Grandpa
Right.
and Scott.
Right.
And your dad's friends too.
Yep.
And your dad, and actually your dad's father.
Yeah.
So we always had help. We were lucky, because we lived close. I can't even imagine not having that kind of support. So then as time went on, then finally, I felt like I could leave you alone. So then I got a part-time job when Saber was in kindergarten at night and on the weekends. And then after that, then it kind of segued into when you guys were both in school all day, then I got a 9 to 2 job. Still, no benefits.
No, of course
and
not.
no money.
Health insurance? Who's she?
No,
Never heard of her.
literally that money paid for your books at school, because believe me, there's no such thing even in a public school. You still have to pay for books.
Yes, and they're so expensive. Why
Yeah.
were they so expensive? I remember my science textbook being $50.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What?
At the time, it's crazy.
50? What? Stop it.
Right.
This
and
is
then
high
you had to
school.
sell them back.
Yes, and that for less.
Yes. Oh,
You
yeah,
always
no.
took a loss.
Right.
That
and
was
then-
insane. I
and
still
then-
can't believe that happened.
And then they sold them back for more to the
Yeah,
next class.
It was a racket. It was 100% a racket. The mob is involved. I know something's going on there. I don't know what it is, but there's some
We're gonna get to
chicanery
the-
happening.
Yes, we're going to get to the bottom of
Yes,
it
we
one
are
day.
during this podcast.
We're going to have another podcast.
We're going to dismantle the book system in public schools.
So then by the time your sister got into like 5th grade, that was where I felt you guys could stay home from 3 to 5 while I was at work. And everyone at work always knew when school got out.
Yep.
Because I would be sitting at my desk. And
Can I talk to my mom?
pick up the phone, and I'd be like, leave your sister alone. Leave your sister alone. Oh my God. When I get home,
Yep.
so a lot of conversations like that.
Oh, latchkey kids.
So, and then
Except we never locked the doors. We didn't even take a key to school. It was just, doors unlocked.
I know. Well, and that's
I
another
think
story.
one time it was actually locked, and I remember coming home being like I
Wait,
can't remember.
the alarm was set.
Yes! Oh my God!
Yes.
And then for
Yes.
some reason,
I know.
you had never set the alarm in like 10 years that we had the alarm, and then for some reason
Yep.
this day the alarm was set, and I couldn't remember the code, and I couldn't find the code, and the alarm's blaring, and the cops are calling, and they're like, "Can you step outside?" And I'm like, "No, I'm on a landline. What do you expect me to do?" I haven't thought about that in years. That was funny.
My God. It was hilarious. Like, oh my God, this is crazy. Anyway, so then once, like, God, I worked at that job for 7 years, 6 or 7 years. And then when you guys were in high school, I was let go from that job. They were downsizing. So I went back to school, and this was 2007. Yes, the Great Recession.
Yep.
And I went back to school, and I got my paralegal certificate. And during the recession, I can't believe how lucky I was. I got a job. I got a job as a paralegal, my first paralegal job. And then that's kind of when I actually think that when it comes to my career, I'm more millennial because I was educated.
So much later.
Right
So
around
much
the same
later,
time. Even though I had a degree already.
Right.
Going back into the full-time workforce in a career, I was more millennial than I am like late boomer.
Right.
Right? Because my age is that, but my education, I feel more in line with like 40-year-olds than I do with my age.
Right.
So in terms of my computer abilities and my openness to technology and learning different things and new things.
Well, because you already were set up for that, right? Because so much later in life, you had to all of a sudden pivot to now I'm in school and I'm learning something entirely new.
Yes.
And I think that you kind of rewire your brain when you're in school.
As long as you let yourself.
As long as you let yourself, yes. Like you're in a totally different, you're in a learning mindset and you know you're learning, as opposed to like I'm now 15 years out of school?
Yeah.
And so that for me feels like I haven't sat down and learned something in a classroom setting. Like it's a different brain space that you're in when you're learning.
Yes.
So that makes total sense to me that you would more align with millennial career trajectory because you started at the same time. Like you were in school when I was in school.
Yes.
Like
yeah.
And when Saber was in school.
Yeah. Like we literally, I was at Roosevelt, you were at DePaul, and Saber was at Roosevelt too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Which is so funny.
I know.
Because you were at nights and Saber was during the day. And
yeah.
Just, boop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Little switch approach.
Yeah. It was crazy. But that kind of just started, like, so then you guys were, college, you guys were doing your thing, I started doing my thing. You just kind of move on from there.
Right.
And here we are, many, many years later.
So did you feel a difference, or do you see a difference in your experiences when we were little because you weren't working? And like I have multiple friends who have children, and some of them work and some of them are stay-at-home parents. And so did you notice a shift when you started back at work? Like was there, like what was that emotional journey like? Like was there, like I'm sure there was guilt and shame and all of those things, but I'm just curious what the balance was of like, no, this is worth it, I'm going to keep going.
I always knew, like I feel like parenthood isn't all of your life. I never felt like motherhood was my calling, if you will. Like my mother felt that, your grandmother felt that this was
a mom
her calling.
first.
Always.
Yep.
Not even just like, there was no question. This
right.
is her career. She loved it. And this is what she was doing.
Yeah.
So then, like, so even like during the summer, she watched you guys.
Yeah.
While I was at my receptionist job,
Right.
right? So because I still there's no break, right?
Yeah, no,
Unless
you
you're
don't
a
get
teacher.
summer break in your
Yeah, and even with
job.
teachers, they all have second jobs
Yep.
because they don't get paid.
Yep.
So even like there was no break, so you still need to find daycare in some way, shape, or form.
Right.
So whether that was like day camp, but you guys didn't want to do that.
Nope.
So
Sure did.
Yes.
Participatory? Absolutely not.
Right. So then you went to, the Davidson Day Camp.
Yep.
So between
Throw stuffed animals off the deck. On it.
torture the dogs
On it. Yep. Dress the cats up in Build-A-Bear costumes.
Costumes.
I got you. All day.
all day. And then of course in the middle of winter, God, your grandmother, I swear to God, your grandmother, like in the middle of winter, you would be in your yellow polka dot bikini
And my
your
red cowboy boots.
and then she would have the pool in the kitchen.
Yes.
And she'd be filling it up with hot water.
So I could have a little jacuzzi.
And I'd walk in and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
I had a good childhood.
Like, are you serious? And my mom's looking at me like, what?
Right. I'm
What?
making memories.
Yeah,
Excuse
me?
you.
Well, not only that, she's like, do you want them? And I'm like, no, you keep them.
Yeah, enjoy.
Joy.
All summer
Whatever.
long.
I don't want to know. They're still alive at the end of the day. So that's okay, I think. Oh my God. It was just
So
crazy.
I would also be in same said yellow polka dot bikini and lay in front of the heater. Mm-hmm. That was in Grandma and
forced
Grandpa's
air
house.
heater.
Yep,
Yeah.
just the forced air heater. It was like the big tube thing, and I would always lay at the base and pretend that I was tanning. Oh.
It's just in front of the TV though.
Yeah. Oh, I
And
had
you
to be.
have to,
Yes,
like,
like I was like
laying,
halfway
there's
in
the
between.
TV.
Yep.
Yeah.
Every single time. Oh,
Yeah.
it was great.
I know. But anyway, I forgot what the question was. Oh, we digress again.
Yes.
Shit. Oh, God.
Us?
Never. Oh my God.
Of just what was the emotional transition like
Oh,
of you going
so
back to
I
work?
always thought, like, so even growing up, like, it's so funny that Stephen became a lawyer, my brother, because I was the one who was going to be a lawyer.
Right.
I was going to be a lawyer. But by the time I got out of college, I had my bachelor's, I was like, fuck school. I hate this place. I can't stand it. I can't do anymore. I need a break. Then I met your dad, and then it just all kind of went aside. And so then by the time I was ready to be a paralegal, I was ready to have a big girl career. Mm-hmm. I was ready to focus because I always knew there are people out there, there are some amazing women out there that can do both.
Yeah.
And I knew my limitations. And I was fortunate and blessed enough to be able to say, I can do this one thing first. Wait. Stop. Right? So go from a career-ish.
Yep. Take a 10-year break.
Right. Took my break.
Yep.
And then go back.
Right.
Now, our neighbor, Kathy,
Yep.
she was the opposite. She said, she always believed that she should work while the kids were small and then stay home when they were teenagers.
Interesting.
Yes.
I didn't know that was her perspective.
Yes. She said, no, this is a good time for me to stay home and watch them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So she had a big,
Poor Lucas and Scott. Oh.
and she had a big girl career. Like she.
Did she really?
Yeah.
I
she
never
had
knew
big
that about
girls.
her.
Yeah. No, she, brilliant mind. So when it was time, and they moved to Wisconsin. Mm-hmm. So when it was time, she's like, it was a perfect segue for her. At least I recall that. It was a perfect segue for her to just go, okay, now these next 6 years, gotta watch them and make sure that there are no, or like put the bumpers on,
right,
so to speak.
Right.
So for me, it was the opposite. So I said, okay, well, this is what we got to do. We need the money. We needed the money.
Right.
There's
well,
no
and
question.
of course, and having grandma and grandpa as free babysitters is,
oh yeah,
like,
no question. And grandpa came at nights when I needed to, and
picked us up, dropped us off.
Right.
It was very nice.
And by that time, I had been laid off from the job, the receptionist job, so I was free. I was unemployed, so I was able to go back to school, take out a loan, student loan, fuck them.
Hey.
So, then it was like, okay, what does this look like? And because I love the law, being a paralegal, I could not afford law school.
Yeah.
Not with you
Not
guys.
many can.
Well, and not with you guys going to college.
Right.
Like, we couldn't even afford that.
Right.
So how can you afford all three to it? Like,
No.
oh, I could not even think of that.
Yeah.
For another 3 years, and then think I need to go back to work like this.
Right.
So I was ready for it, and I think because I, like, in my head, that's what I knew I kind of wanted to do. I just didn't know that. I knew where I wanted to go. I just didn't know what the timing was.
Yeah.
I was good with it. So there were fumbles, there were stumbles, there was, doubt along the way. Is this where I want to go? Is this what I want to do? But once I really got into the paralegal thing, once I kind of, like, it just was, like, fine.
Yeah.
It worked.
Right.
And, part of it, too, is, like, paralegal work is just really glorified administrative work, just in the legal field.
Yeah.
But I felt
it's just
valued.
like knowing how to navigate that. That's the most
Right.
important.
Right, and I felt valued for most of the jobs I had, so that wasn't it. But after a while, that gets old too.
Yeah.
Working for attorneys, so they are difficult.
Yes.
It's like working for a doctor. It's hard. They're just
Shout out
experts.
to nurses.
Yes. I mean, they're experts and they have a certain way of doing things or whatever.
Right.
So navigating that. But for the most part, yeah, I think it actually, looking back, went as well as it could possibly have gone.
Yeah.
But you'll have to tell me, during my trajectory, what did your life look like?
I mean, it depends on what we're talking. Are we talking about
Whatever way you want.
when you were home, or are we talking about when
Start
we were
with
at school?
Start with when I was home.
I don't know. I remember very
Did
little.
you feel like, oh, my friends' moms are all working and my mom isn't, so, like...
No, not at all. I don't remember being home a lot. Like, we would have dinner every night.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of family dinner,
Right.
like, I was out. Like Saber and I weren't home when we were little. We were hitting the streets on our bikes. You know what I mean? Like, we were just gone.
Right.
And even when we were home, it wasn't like we were at night playing board games in the living room between Saber and I. Like, remember that little, like, checkers set that we had? Like, or,
I think that's when we started watching South Park.
Oh my God, yes! TV did play a decently sized role.
Yeah, we all watched it together.
Yep, because
I
we all
wanted to
watched South
monitor.
Park.
I
Yes.
wanted to really monitor.
To prevent any
going
more,
on.
Mommy, what's a dildo questions?
Yes. Wow.
Amazing.
Wow.
Amazing.
I think my most problematic was what are the other two characters from Canada?
Are you talking like the two? Yeah. Oh my God.
I know. I want to say Trevor, but it's not
No,
Trevor.
no. It's Terrence and Phillip.
Yes,
There we
I knew
go.
it was a T
Woo.
word. Yeah, Terrence and Phillip.
Yep,
They were
Terrence
the most problematic.
Yeah, I agree. Well, and it's just like I just don't like fart jokes.
Yeah.
Like I
know,
enjoyed.
sophomore humor.
Yes, I enjoyed. This is how I describe it. I enjoyed the first few seasons because I was 6. Like,
Yeah.
it was very much so 6-year-old humor.
Yeah.
Like, that is, like, boom. And
Yeah.
then I got the VHSs because what 6-year-old doesn't love all of the South Park VHSs?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Totally normal. Everything's fine. And then I just kind of, like, gradually, like, it grew up with me.
Right.
And so then the humor changed. And, like, starting in when I was, 9 or 10? Well, then 9/11 happened.
Yes.
And then that changed the tenor and the tone a little
Yes.
bit more. It became a little bit more political. And that is right around the time that I became more political.
Right.
And started watching The Daily Show and The Colbert Report and all of the stand-up comedy that I watched all the time. Like, that very much so shaped...
Well, and I think too, by spending a lot of time with your grandparents, that shaped it too, because
Yes.
Grandma was so political herself.
Yes.
And so she just turned on what she liked, and it's like, all right,
Yeah,
grow
here's
up,
what
kid.
you're watching too. And I'd
Grow
be
up,
like,
kid.
okay.
I know.
It was
Parenting 101.
right. It was wild because there would be some days where we would go from watching a straight up marathon of Scooby-Doo right into South Park. And it would be like, what is this switch? Like, it was just wholesome, boom, dildo jokes. Like, like there was no transition. There was no like, maybe watch this like medium show. Nope, just boom.
Right.
Which
So
was just,
disturbing.
oh my God, absolutely hilarious. But yeah, like to digress to the original question, like it wasn't, I don't know, and maybe this is just typical of children. I didn't pay much attention to what you and Dad were doing when I was little. It was very...
That's good.
Me.
You're not supposed to.
Right,
No,
right?
that's not
like,
your
I don't-
job.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think so. I just
No,
didn't.
your Dad and I worked really, really hard to make sure that whatever relationship issues, because everyone has them,
Of course.
didn't spill over,
Mm-hmm.
and we were respectful and civil to each other,
Right.
so that there wasn't any eggshell walking
No.
or like with Saber, like first child having to do the peacemaker. There's none of that.
Right.
But we had you have to work at that. That's not something that like just happens between two people. You really do, especially your dad and I didn't know each other.
Right.
I mean,
You just got married.
right. We knew each other for 6 months.
Right.
I mean, like seriously, I wouldn't recommend it, people. It's just not a way to have a relationship, and the fact that it lasted 40 years is pretty incredible.
He's still alive.
Yeah.
They're still married.
And I call him my first husband. My first husband.
My first
I'm
husband.
his second wife, and he's my first husband.
Yep.
So, just to clarify things,
Yep.
he's still,
Just to
one
keep him on his
day-
toes a little bit.
Yeah, one day. You
Gotta
never
always keep
know.
him.
I always tell him
on his
there's a
toes.
line.
Yep.
So I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. I just didn't really clock you guys.
Yeah.
Like it was just.
I don't think Saber did either.
I don't think so. No.
I think you did the business of growing up.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It was just go ride bikes, go fall in ponds.
Right.
You
you fished, or you did.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just random, like park stuff.
Yeah.
I guess before 6th grade.
Right.
6th grade.
Yeah.
Things went
middle
off the
school.
rails.
Middle school.
Yeah, middle school, puberty, gross. Don't
Yeah.
recommend it.
Yeah.
Like, don't do it.
Just
Just go
skip.
back. Yeah.
Just skip it.
Yeah, just breeze right past.
Just be done.
Middle school, high school, just go straight to college.
Yeah,
Like, just
I
block
know.
those years out. They don't matter. Gross. But yeah, I just don't.
Yeah.
Like, I have, memories, but not like.
Good. No tragedies.
Not that I can think of right now.
Yeah.
I'm sure if I dug deep, I could find something. But,
Yeah.
not worth it.
Well, I think we should end it here. I think that we've been talking enough.
Yeah, we're at 43 minutes.
Oh, okay. A little bit over.
A little bit over.
That's what we do. So I hope you enjoyed it,
Yes.
and stay tuned for our next episode.
It's going to happen again.
Yay!
Yay!